Hi, this is Ruth Theresa, and I've kind of been doing a few videos today, December 7th, 2018, and kind of as a memorial for Pearl Harbor. So I do have a gentleman with me who kind of relates to one of the stories. He's relating to a story, a movie that Tom Hanks had done, and being over in Vietnam and meeting Lieutenant Dan. And he's kind of paying reference to that because he wants his family to know that he's here. And one of the things he really wants his family to know is one of their connections is that someone in their family has died in every war the United States has ever had. And so that's kind of their connection back to the movie, Forrest Gump. Yet at the same time, it's not the important part of the story. It's kind of like when someone said that and they first saw that movie, they were like, wow, that could be our family. And he's has a new great granddaughter born in the last few days. And he was at Pearl Harbor. He was injured slightly, like not just a slight wound. But he was there as the bombing happened. It's one of those things that were going on at that time frame. He was in the Navy at the time, and then left on a ship shortly thereafter, as they were moving things out of Pearl Harbor so they could kind of just take a look at what needs to be taken care of and rebuilding and fixing of things that had happened. But it was a very scary time for him. It was a time, I don't feel like his wife, or he wasn't married at the time, but had a sweetheart back home, but they hadn't officially gotten married at that time frame, or she wasn't with him. It's one of those, he wants his family to know that he's okay, that he's seen things that go on. I do feel like somebody got one of their legs amputated, coming through with information, and it could be someone else that was injured in a war. One of the other things that he's talked about is he thinks is kind of funny is when he was born, he had a lot of brothers. His uncles had a lot of brothers, or sons, and then he had a couple of sons, but he also had one daughter. So there's two boys and one girl that he was a parent to. But one of the interesting things is now there are a lot more females. Even his sons had several more girls than one of them had 3 and one of them had 4 girls. So it's kind of interesting that kind of the dynamics of the family and how that's changed. His wife has passed and she is with him now. I do feel like there are several other older members of the family that have passed and joined him over the last 3 years or so, and I feel like there's 2 people that have joined him. He was on a lot of islands, so he's showing me different islands. Peleliu was one. Guam was another for a period of time. Not a long period of time, but a month or so. There were some other islands that they looked after and took care of. It's one of those. So he wants to let his family know that he is okay, and he's so honored by how they're remembering this day in his family, December 7th. So it's one of those, it's really amazing and a great honor for him. I thank you for allowing me to bring this message to you, and I hope you have an amazing day.